I was afraid. Spain's captain finally breaks silence on leaving out the country's #2 star from Alcaraz-led Davis Cup team. URI watching Netrush report. Your home for tennis drama, rivalries, and the stories that define champions. Let's get straight into it. When Spain's Davis Cup roster dropped this year, one name's absence left fans in total disbelief. Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, Spain's #2 player and one of the most passionate competitors on the circuit, was nowhere to be seen. The man leading the charge? Carlos Alcaraz, the country's golden boy, the youngest to capture both the French Open and US Open titles in a single season. But behind the glory and national pride, a storm was brewing in Spanish tennis. And now, Captain David Ferrer has finally revealed the real reason behind the controversial decision that shook the team. In the Davis Cup qualifiers earlier this year, Spain pulled off a remarkable upset, toppling Denmark with confidence and grit. Pedro Martinez stunned the tennis world by defeating Holger Rune, and the team went on to record 3 consecutive wins. But amid the celebration, fans noticed something off. Davidovich Fokina, the local Malaga hero, wasn't part of the team. When the finals lineup was later announced, and his name still didn't appear, Spanish fans demanded answers. How could the nation's second-best player, one of the fiercest fighters on clay, be left out twice? It didn't take long for speculation to explode. Some claimed tension between Ferrer and Davidovich. Others whispered about injuries or lack of form. But none of those rumors captured the full truth. In a revealing interview with El Partidazo de Cadena Cope, Davis Cup captain David Ferrer broke his silence, and his explanation was far more emotional than anyone expected. I was afraid, Ferrer admitted. According to the former world #3, Davidovich had already ruled himself out earlier in the year, citing physical and mental exhaustion. The Malaga native had battled through a rough stretch of form, and Ferrer, understanding the toll that elite tennis takes, respected his decision at the time. But when it came time to select the final squad for the Davis Cup finals, Ferrer's fear resurfaced. I was afraid he would withdraw again, Ferrer confessed. He told me he was tired, and I completely understood him. But as captain, I needed to make sure that every player was ready to commit fully. It wasn't about favoritism or punishment, it was about certainty. In a team event where every match counts, Ferrer couldn't afford uncertainty in his lineup. Still, the decision weighed heavily on him. Alejandro is an incredible talent, Ferrer said. He's got that fire you want in a Davis Cup player. But after what happened earlier, I needed to go with the players who were 100% ready, mentally and physically. To his credit, Davidovich didn't lash out publicly. Instead, he spoke with quiet disappointment and determination. Of course, I wanted to be there, he said in an earlier interview. But I understand decisions have to be made. My goal now is to come back stronger and reach my best level again next year. It was a mature response from a player who has sometimes been portrayed as emotional or fiery on court. This time, though, Davidovich showed poise, a signal that he's ready to turn the page. And while Ferrer's decision might have caused a stir, it's clear that mutual respect remains between captain and player. While Ferrer dealt with selection dilemmas, Carlos Alcaraz was quietly carrying the hopes of an entire nation. The 22-year-old phenom has had a blockbuster season, winning the French Open, US Open, and several ATP Tour titles. His game has matured, his confidence has soared, and he's quickly become the heartbeat of Spanish tennis. But even for Alcaraz, the grind of the ATP season can be overwhelming. After his Japan Open victory, the Spaniard entered the Paris Masters full of momentum, only to suffer an unexpected early exit to Cameron Norrie. Before the ATP finals, Alcaraz decided to take a rare breather. Back home in Murcia, Alcaraz was spotted doing something refreshingly normal, attending a local soccer game. The world #1 was seen cheering from the stands during Real Murcia's clash with Antequera, embracing fans, smiling for photos, and soaking in the atmosphere like any other hometown supporter. In the video that quickly went viral, Alcaraz climbed the steps of the stadium, surrounded by fans chanting his name, waving scarves, and shouting, "Vamos Carlitos." It was a grounding moment, a reminder that even the world's best sometimes need to reconnect with where it all began. Now, all eyes turn to the ATP Finals, which kick off on November 9th, 2025. The tournament promises high-octane clashes as the top 8 men's players in the world battle for the ultimate season-ending crown. For Alcaraz, it's a chance to reclaim momentum, to prove once again that he's not just Spain's future, but the face of modern tennis, AS for Ferrer and the Spanish Davis Cup squad. The focus will shift to rebuilding unity and ensuring that controversies like this don't overshadow their pursuit of glory. Because in the Davis Cup, it's never just about who hits the hardest or runs the fastest. It's about trust, communication, and belief. David Ferrer's confession, "I was afraid," reveals the immense pressure that comes with leadership. As a player, Ferrer was known for his grit, determination, and unshakable professionalism. As a captain, those same qualities guide his decisions. Even the painful ones, he didn't exclude Davidovich out of doubt in his talent. He did it out of fear of instability, a decision rooted in responsibility, not rivalry. Whether it was the right call or not, time will tell. But one thing is certain, Spanish tennis remains in passionate, capable hands. From Ferrer's leadership to Alcaraz'S brilliance and Davidovich'S fire, that you've been watching Netrush Report. Your home for tennis drama, rivalries, and the stories that define champions. What do you think? Was David Ferrer right to leave out Davidovich'S Fokina? Or did Spain's captain let fear cloud his judgment? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next twist in tennis. Because on Netrush Report, every serve tells a story. Tennis.